Hi there people, so my name is Ax and I'm an instant healing hypnotherapist, and in today's video we're going to talk about the father wound because a lot of the people have been asking me the role of a father wound in your adult relationships. So if you are someone who's going through a pattern of relationships where your partner tends to leave you, makes you feel insecure, or they cheat on you, stuff like that, this video is for you guys. And by the end of this particular video you're going to know a lot about how the father wound can damage your adult life relationship. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to understand is that you attract what you feel inside, because your subconscious mind works on familiarity. Whatever it feels familiar with, it is going to attract that into your life. So we can say that your subconscious mind likes to stay in the comfort zone where it knows what the situation or dynamics are, so that it can be really comfortable in those situations, even if that means that particular situation is not in best interest of you. So that happens. Now, what is a father wound? Now, a father wound in itself is when you have a significant trauma with regards to your father. And in my line of work, what we have observed is between the ages of 1 to 9, when our subconscious mind is developing, that's when that father wound actually occurs, and that's where it is the most potent. And in between those ages, if that relationship with the father wasn't great, or there was one single event, because we have to understand, for the subconscious mind to develop any kind of pattern or familiarity, all it takes is one single moment. All right, so we're not talking about the entirety of your childhood, but even one single moment can develop a father wound. So now that we know that when the father wound is actually installed into our subconscious mind, we also need to understand the sort of aspects that are regulated by a father figure. Now, you might have heard me say this in a lot of my videos. A father helps the child develop 5 traits that are self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, self-respect, and sense of identity. Now, in case of a father wound, what's going to happen is two things will happen. Either you will have these 5 traits in deficit, or you will have them in excess. Now, the reason for having them in deficit or in excess is based upon your inherited psychology, the sort of subconscious mind you already have. All right, so they can be in deficit, they can be in excess. Now, what we need to understand is your subconscious mind becomes familiar with either these traits being in deficit or being in excess. So that becomes a part of your subconscious familiarity. So what happens in adult life is you start getting attracted toward these people who will trigger that subconscious familiarity. So in case if you have those 5 traits in deficit, what you're going to be attracting in your relationship is lack of security, lack of confidence, lack of sense of identity, lack of self-respect, and stuff like that. So your partner might be doing stuff that triggers these 5 traits inside of you, because that's what your subconscious familiarity is. So in my observation, what I have observed is when you have a father wound and the traits are in deficit, you sort of always attract partners who are not confident about you, who wouldn't commit to you, who would either cheat on you, or who would just downright treat you in a way that you do not desire to be treated, and they might also control you. But for the control aspect, we have to also look at the mother wound. All right. However, we also need to understand what happens if you have these 5 traits in excess as a result of a father wound. Now, if you have that in excess, you might be the person who is actually trying to control their partner, who tries to overimpose their identity, their respect, and they are overconfident. So you might be that particular person. In both the cases, what's actually going to happen is you wouldn't be able to get a good outcome out of any relationship. All right, that's because these traits are not balanced. For any relationship to be sustained over a period of time, you need these 5 traits in balance. Now, does that mean that if you have these traits either in deficit or in excess, that means you cannot feel the other end of the spectrum? No, you can, because that is law of polarity. Your subconscious mind is great at shifting polarities, which means your predominant neurological state might have this in deficit or in excess. But however, when push comes to shove, when situation gets too tight, your subconscious mind knows how to switch, That means you can go from having no self-esteem to having way too much self-esteem, self-respect, and sense of identity, and vice versa. That means whenever things get tough, your subconscious mind can just switch the polarity of your neurological state. However, it is not familiar with being balanced, because being balanced means that is somewhere in between. That is something your subconscious mind has never experienced. It can shift to a complete opposite because it understands, like, all right, if lack of confidence means this, all I have to do is just vice versa, whatever I'm doing, and I will be overconfident. You see? Now, in these kind of relationship patterns, what we have observed is that the relationship are not satisfying only because the predominant neurological state will keep attracting you towards people or places. Now, I'm not saying that the partner that you are with is actually a bad person. You might be the person who is nurturing your partner into behaving according to your subconscious familiarity. All right. Or you might naturally be attracted towards people who make you feel as such because they are those kind of people who are really bad in terms of treating other people. So both the possibilities can happen. However, let's talk about what's the best way to deal with that. Now, in my line of work, we do it through instant healing hypnosis. So we locate the point of origin between the ages of 1 to 9. So my method is really precise. We just look down to the point of origin between those ages. We figure out the first moment. Once we figure out the first moment, we can change that because our subconscious mind has a timeline. According to that timeline, there was a point in time when you developed that father wound, and there is a ripple effect because of it that goes on into your adult relationship. However, we can trick the subconscious mind by going inside our subconscious mind, removing the point of origin. Once we remove that first moment for the subconscious mind, the timeline reboots, the pattern breaks. So the 5 traits that were not balanced will get balanced instantly. And we do that in my 15 days instant healing program. So if you guys would be really interested in that, the best way to sign up or enroll into my 15 days instant healing program is to book your free mini therapy session with me. In that session, first of all, I'm just going to analyze your subconscious mind map and observe if I can enroll you into the program. Only if I can enroll you into the program, I will make you an offer. However, if I can't, I'll refuse it because I want people to be enrolled into my program who are looking for the result and who I can promise the results to. So it's really important that you are result focused. And if you have a shred of doubt inside your subconscious mind that this program might not be the one for you, do not sign up for that free mini therapy call, because remember, your beliefs have placebo effect. If you believe that this program is going to work for you, best believe it will. If you have even a shred of doubt inside your subconscious mind, it might manifest, and we don't want that. Now, what happens as a result of healing? As a result of healing, what's going to happen is two things are going to happen. If you are with the wrong person, you will lose feelings for them instantly. That's on day 1 of my 15 days instant healing program. However, if you are in a relationship where the partner might not be bad, but you might be nurturing them into behaving as such, your relationship will fix itself. That's how the subconscious mind works. It will manifest that great relationship into your life because its subconscious familiarity will be changed. And with this new predominant neurological state, your subconscious mind will attract you towards relationship that is healthy for you. That's all that you need to understand about what a father wound can do to your subconscious mind. And I feel if I was to compare the mother wound and the father wound, I would say the father wound is by far the most worst because it challenges your entire personality. It challenges who you are, and that is by far the worst trauma that you can incur in any relationship. So if you have been going through a series of relationships where you have been attracting these bad partners, and the sort of relationship that make you challenge your sense of identity, that make you feel insecure, we really need to look inside your subconscious mind, and we need to heal that father wound. There might be something related to the father wound, and once we heal that, people get instant results. They just become happier because the ultimate outcome is you should be happy in your relationships. So if that's something that you guys would like to work with me, you can sign up for my 15 days instant healing program. And up until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, stay blessed, and take care. Bye bye.